coach and consultant included, myself and you, we want more freedom, work less, using our time most effective. So what is your number one tips to work more effective or getting more freedom into your business?
Back when I used to coach all the time, right? One thing that I used to use for people who were highly ineffective, but this could be used for anyone. When I had someone that was spending a lot of time at work, but not getting necessarily a lot done. The problem is actually spending a lot of time at work. Like that's the problem, because what happens is that then people are like, well, I'll just do that later, or I'll just do that later. And they feel like almost like entitled to waste time or to delay stuff because of the hours, the number of hours they work. And so I had great success with clients like that by reducing the number of hours that they worked to a ridiculous level, right? And my logic there was like, let's say that someone works 10 hours a day, but they only get like 2 hours of highly productive work done. Well, for a client like that, they're only 20% effective, and they really have no idea how to operate to be 80% effective. They just don't know, and they're not going to be able to make subtle changes that are going to make a huge difference. So instead, like what I would do with clients like that was like say, okay, well, you're only going to work 2.5 hours a day. That's it. Like you're only allowed to work 2.5 hours a day, not forever, but for right now, right? And what would happen is like the first day they'd get no work done. The second day they'd get a little bit of work done. But at some point during that week, they'd start making decisions differently, because all of a sudden they would recognize that if they don't get it done during these 2.5 hours, like they don't even have another chance until tomorrow. And so all of a sudden, like if someone called, they wouldn't answer it. Or if an alert came on their computer, they wouldn't be distracted by it because they only had these 2.5 hours. And so all of a sudden they'd start making better decisions, right? Like with their time. And when they would get at least 2 hours of productive work done in those 2.5 hours, then we'd start adding like a half an hour at a time just to kind of keep that productivity. So I would say that, like, without knowing specifically, each individual who's watching us right now, I would say that what that handles is an issue for most people, whether or not you're only 20% effective or 50% effective, doesn't matter. If you were to take on as an exercise working an hour less, 2 hours less, even though you are the master of your time as a coach or consultant or entrepreneur, but if you were to force yourself to work a few hours less a day, you would still figure out a way to get the most important stuff done. And as you did that and were able to consistently do that, only then add back more time if you need it. But if you don't, then maybe you just work less. I am very clear that there's work time and there's leisure time, but wasted time is neither, right? Like leisure time is really relaxing, really like working out, having time with friends, having time with family. It is not sitting at my desk, like sitting in front of my computer, surfing the internet, unless that's what I choose to do as a fun activity for me, but not like as a way of avoidance, right? And so I would say that there is fluff in almost everyone's schedule, and that if you were to cut that time down, you would figure out a way to compress what it is you do into what fits, and you would probably be much more effective. So I would say that would be something that I've never met someone other than like uber successful, uber productive people that couldn't benefit from that.
If you want to 3x your leads, your sales, and your high-paying clients, and you want to do that online, we have good news for you. The 3 days virtual AweSM event is back. This year's topic is the Knowledge Business Intensive Conquer the Chaos. This event is aimed at infopreneurs, people selling their knowledge. We will have 3 days live with us and with some of the biggest marketers in the world
We invited some of the best ones with the best knowledge when it comes to traffic, when it comes to funnel building, when it comes to copywriting. Know these secrets that no one else wants to share.
So the knowledge that we and the top international speakers will be sharing with you in this event is things that we have tested. We have worked with hundreds of clients all over the world. We know it is working. It is best practice and it is what is working now. So the event is for you if you want to 3x your leads, your sales, and your high-paying clients, and you want to do that online, which means you can create a location-independent business where you can take your computer and serve clients in as big geographical area as you want. In this event, you will also have the chance to interact with other coaches, consultants from all over Europe and Asia, sharing experiences, sharing best practices, and feeling part of a community, because we know that the entrepreneurial journey can be a bit lonely, and especially if you want to sell your knowledge online and you work online, maybe you feel like you don't have the community that you need.
Mark it in your calendar, set aside these 3 days for yourself, for your own business. These 3 days is where you want to implement things, so we'll listen to us, we'll give you tips, we'll give you exercises, and you are working on your business for 3 days. So will be the 3 most valuable days for you this year to bring your coaching and consulting business to the next level.
Click on the link below or above and register for free, and we'll see you at the event.